Wesley is still recovering from Title Tuesday. Meanwhile, we're off. It's a King's Pawn opening. We often see the Italian or the Spanish when these two play. The Italian is a good sign. It means there's not going to be any quick draws. It's not going to fizzle out and come soon, which has occasionally happened between these two in rapid chess. But the Italian guarantees all the pieces on the board for a long, long time. And maybe a theoretical battle to start this one off.
David, I'm just glad we're not going to see the position that you've set up for us on the chessboard, on our screens, and that's already happy moments for the fans.
Yeah, I wonder if any of the fans have caught that on the chessboard in front of us.
Yeah.
Later on, you can try and figure out which position we put on the board for you guys. But meanwhile, this one, we've seen it 100 times before. Hikaru is maybe the biggest specialist on the black side of the Italian game. He sets up with a bunch of different ways, and often he loves to drop back his bishop, his dark bishop to a7. And as we mentioned yesterday, white has a variety of plans to choose from. You can start bringing one of the white knights around to the king side. You can start gaining space on the queen side. Eventually, it's about who can push forward in the center first. Just a very tense position, Robert.
Yeah, and it was a big decision by Hikaru to push just on one square rather than two on the 8th file, because instead of fighting for space, he says, I am just going to be safe and sound, retreat my bishop on the dark squares, and it allows white to push forward on the queen side. You go b2 to b4, just continue to push those pawns forward at the right moment, and the knight that just jumped in front of the dark square bishop, he is going to go next to the king on f1 at some moment, and then jump forward either to g3 or e3. It is standard fare in the Italian.
Still very well-known stuff, well-trodden paths here. First, black, because you're slightly cramped. White has more space, especially on the queen side. Therefore, Hikaru goes for trades, and a set of bishops off the board. At some point here, Hikaru, he's looking off to the side, he's looking confused, but that's because he's trying to recall. He's trying to remember what his opening notes say. For sure he's seen this type of position before, and smiling there, Hikaru. Maybe this last rook move, I think maybe not the most popular option, has thrown him off slightly, so he'll take a few seconds to recompose himself and then make a decision. But black's position is very healthy, despite the lack of space.
The rook from b1 really is making the intentions clear. At some point, you want to try to advance this b pawn to b5 and open up the b line. Now, also notice that how after the trade of the light square bishops, there have been some weaknesses that are created, and white's knight can find itself landing up on the f5 square. One of the plans that white has is target the king side. And look at the decisions that the players have taken. I was talking about white's intention of going b5. Hikaru says, none of that's happening, not allowing it, goes b5 himself, blocks the pawn structure on the queen side, and a very interesting decision here, Robert, by Wesley. The rook's done its job on the b line. He slides back on the a line, just anticipating an opening up of the a file.
Yeah, it's a little shuffle, and now we see that Hikaru's rook has left the 8 file and scooted over to
Nakamura and Wesley So, the two huge Americans. And what's happening? The bar is roughly to the middle in this game.
It's roughly to the middle, but Wesley So has got a bit of a problem. That black A pawn on that very strong past black A pawn is still alive, and how does he pick it up? The white king isn't entirely safe. If you look at the black rook, the black queen, they're both aligned towards that white pawn on F2, which has just moved forward one square. And if Wesley can safely pick up that pawn, he's up a clear pawn. He's in a very promising endgame. But I was going to say, maybe it wasn't possible, but he's achieved it. What do we think? Serious winning chances here for white?
Definitely. Look at the clock situation. Both players hovering around 20 seconds. They do have 3-second increment, and both of them are super speedy. Wesley So won Title Tuesday earlier today, and Magnus Carlsen, he won his game, but Hikaru Nakamura beat Magnus Carlsen for the Speeches Champion title. Now Queen E3 threatens the White King. I think that you have to push your pieces backwards, and look at this, a rook sacrifice trying to secure a draw.
And you saw Hikaru lean back with pride, I think, at that last rook sacrifice. It's almost guaranteed to be a draw at this point. There's no way for the White King to hide. That could give checks forever. And the players leave. It is a draw.
Wow, the first battle between them ends in a draw. The second one will start in 5 minutes.